What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Stoney coming to you live from the TCM Museum of Minnesota. It's the Space Corps podcast. Get on in here. You know, it's Friday night. We're always live on YouTube, 8:30 p.m. Central. Come and kick it with us. Of course, if you can't hang out during the live, we re-up this on all the social medias and all that stuff. You can find us on Spotify, Rumble, YouTube, all that stuff. Follow all the socials, find out what we're up to and all that stuff. And of course, the show is not possible without our lovely sponsors here. That's the TCMFanClub.com. The homeboy, GILLY, has poured his heart, his soul, his everything into making this goddamn beautiful website for any Texas Chainsaw fan. Everything, end all, be all, your complete resource, including my favorite, the message board for all of us old fuckers that predate the MySpace, the YouTube, the Facebook, all that. We used to dwell on message boards and we talk shit all the time. So he's got that. It's really nice, nostalgic, a little bit of new bells and whistles, though, to make you feel a little more at home. Check it out. It's 100% free. It's whatever, man. Show the guy some love. And of course, if you like the show, you want to support, the merch store is always open. Shop.spacecorps.podcast.com. You can get the shirts, Stoney's TCM, join the Space Cadet Army, baby. You know how it goes. So anyway, bringing it in tonight. I'm excited about this guest tonight, dude. I'm super pumped. I've been watching his movie a few times already this last week. It's been out for, I think, about a month, and it's already at like 150,000 views. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we got Mr. Nicholas Kranick in the house. What's happening, brother? How are you?
What's going on? Thanks for having me.
Dude, thank you for hopping on, man. Thank you for a killer movie. I have been waiting. I'm sure there's other stuff out there, but just a horror mash with superhero is a beautiful thing. I where did you come up with it? How long did it take? First, I got 1,000 questions I know I want to ask you.
Well, I started right. I had the idea after a few too many drinks with my brother one night. I was just I was at his house. It was like around it was wintertime, like back in 2018, and we had a few too many drinks, and I just leaned over and I was like, dude, how sick would it be if Batman fought Michael Myers? And
Right.
he's like, oh my God, that would be so cool. And we were so drunk. And the next day, I went to work and I just could not stop thinking about it. And then eventually, like probably about a year later, I brought it up again to my buddy Adam, who's plays Alfred Pennyworth in the film,
Okay.
and he's actually British. And I said, "Hey man, what do you think of this idea?" I said, "Like, what if, do you think it'd be a cool like concept to actually like write something, like if it's like fan fiction or whatever?" And
Yeah.
he goes, "Yeah, I think that'd be really cool." And I said, "Do you want to like help me write it for fun?" And then he was like, "Yeah." And we got on just StreamYard, and we just every couple weeks we just jot down ideas, and ideas turned into little mini story, and then the mini story said, let's try to convert it into a script, and then I said, you know what, let's just make it. And
So
that's
cool.
kind of what happened.
How long was that? I mean, obviously it's kind of a little just a side project. I mean, it could like take a year or something to come up
It
with it, or
was
did
it was about a whole year of writing. So
okay.
2019 to 2020 we wrote, and then we filmed a very small section just to test it, which we ended up putting in the film, which it's the part where Batman fights Michael in that little park area at the beginning of the
Yes.
film.
Yep.
That was just supposed to be test footage, but it came out pretty good. So we're like, we're just going to use this, and we ended up doing reshoots and whatnot. But while we were filming, we did a couple of rewrites, and then I came up with more scenes to make the story better, and then we someone else said something, and I was like, oh my God, that would be better. And we did like, I don't know, 100 reshoots,
Oh,
just
cool.
it's because we kept on just like having these really cool ideas, and I wanted to use all of them. But once we had all this footage, I was like, we have like a lot of footage. We could really make this a whole thing now.
Yeah.
And then, my brother got with me, and and I think his bandmate Tyler, they have a band called The Broken View. My brother does all the camera work and stuff. They kind of just got together and they had some cool ideas, and then their whole Tyler's entire idea was the whole thing with Batman on the way while Nightwing was fighting.
Uh-huh.
Like it was
Yes.
much different before, and he was like, this feels good, but he's like, there's something missing here, yada yada. So there's a lot of hats in the pool that kind of brought this all together.
Sure.
Ultimately, Adam and I wrote it, but it got rewritten like 3 times just to make it better as we were going.
Oh, that's so cool, man. Just the love of continuous improvement. It's just like, man, all right, yep. Like let's just
Yeah.
tweak that. And I didn't do it justice. Of course, as you can see behind him here, the movie is called Halloween Night, which there's so many little odes and nods to both of the movie franchise. It's a beautiful title. I think it's absolutely perfect. I mean, it plays into all Halloween ends, all this stuff, night, dark night. I mean, it's just everything you mash up is so evenly distributed. I think like you did nothing but respectfully paid homage to both sides. Like the Easter eggs that you just kind of had throughout there, for
Oh my God.
especially on the Halloween side. I mean, dude, it was beautiful. Like it made me so like when I saw him, like, ha, like yeah, I felt like I was that Leonardo DiCaprio freaking, that meme, right? Where he's like, yeah, hey, hey, hey.
What?
Well, and the first time I was watching it, like I drive an hour into work every day, so I've got 2 hours on the road, and obviously I shouldn't be fucking watching shit, but I popped that thing up on there, and I was like, and it was the first time when all of a sudden I saw like him wearing like the Kid Myers outfit, and I'm like, dude, like it was
Mm.
beautiful, and yeah, so kudos to that, dude. I think that was
Oh, thanks.
absolutely beautiful.
I'm a big fan of Easter eggs. Like that's my favorite thing in movies when directors throw little hints at other stuff and they're like
Yeah.
something so small that most people won't notice, but I threw it in there. Um, the scene where the Shamrock Mask guys,
Yes.
I call them the unlucky Shamrocks is
Okay.
what I call them. But the Shamrocks mask, the guy who's wearing the jean jacket that says "fuck you" on the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got a little smiley face pin. That's a nod at Rorschach from the movie Watchmen.
Okay.
So he's got the smiley face pin, and also the song that's playing is "I'm Your Boogeyman," which is a song that's in
Yeah.
Zack Snyder's Watchmen,
That's so
and
cool.
but it's the Rob Zombie version. Which is another nod to Rob Zombie's Halloween. So it's like there's so
Yeah.
many like layers to the Easter eggs. Um, yeah. So I've always loved Easter eggs. I think they're cool.
It's yeah, I just think it makes the experience that much cooler for like the real fans that are like,
Mhm.
really heavy into it and stuff. Cause, like I've Batman movies are definitely one of my more favorite, superhero type movies. But, I'm not as far as to like, I haven't read every comic book and all that, but I mean like, just seeing the characters you tied in with it. I mean, just God, it was just awesome, dude. And the wife and I, we've been rewatching. We were kind of in a show hole for recently, so we started watching The Penguin again. And I don't know, have you
Mm.
seen that yet?
Oh, that show is amazing.
Dude, it's fucking phenomenal. And I hope they make a
I cannot
second.
wait for the Batman too. I
Dude,
cannot.
yeah, I'm just so fucking pumped about it. But it's just, and my wife, she's a huge Batman nerd too, and so she was calling out stuff left and right, and anyway, so she watched your movie too, and she was like, because I don't know, some the stuff I have her watch is, especially
Mhm.
some of the more fan, but she's kind of like, all right, this is kind of rough or whatever, but she's like, this is fucking good, man, and I just like, I got her seal of approval. I'm like, it's legit, dude. And the intro, how it was just so good with the Halloween, with the jack-o'-lantern, but then mixed with the Batman in there, dude, is just I just can't get over it. Like I'm really impressed with how high quality it is. I mean, it's a solid hour-long full film. It looks big budget. Like I mean, did you sink a ton of money into this? I mean, like
Oh yeah.
I mean, so how are you not getting sued by both franchises at the same time?
Well, that's the fun thing about it because I'm not making any money off it.
Okay.
I put in $23,000 out of my own pocket into the film,
Damn.
and then it was donated to the film was 3,000, another 3,000 from my old boss I used to work for a cab company.
Okay.
And one day I was with him, and he was like, "Hey, I saw your movie thing. That's pretty cool what you're doing." He goes, "How do I help out?" And I was like, "I don't know." I said, "You got cash? I don't know."
Yeah,
And
right. PayPal.
he goes, "How about I'll write you a check?" And I was like, "Okay, sure." And he goes, "How much you want?" And I was like, "What do you mean how much I want? How much do you want to donate, Joe?"
Yeah.
And he was like, I said, "What, a couple $100, I guess?" And he was like, he goes 1,000. I went, oh, I don't know. And
Sick.
I'm just gonna write a check for $3,000. I was like, oh, okay. So I immediately made him. He's on the poster. Executive producer Joseph Carl. Like
Absolutely.
100%. Thank you so
Bravo,
much.
dude. God,
But
that's
um,
cool.
but yeah, no, it's yeah, I put a lot of money into it, and the reason I'm not getting sued is because it's nonprofit. All
Yeah.
the ads that are on the movie go straight to the people who own the stuff, not me.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
I don't get a dime, unfortunately.
Sure.
But
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah,
but that's
at
not why I
least
did it. You know, I only did it because
yeah.
I love the project. I love passion of making something, being creative, and I that's all that matters to me. And I was so happy. It's kind of bittersweet. I was happy and sad that it was over,
Yeah.
but you know, I already started writing the sequel. So,
Oh, that's sweet. Have now, what's your background with, like, making movies and stuff like this? Have you put out other things before as well?
I never put anything out, but when my brother and I were younger, we used to, pick up the camcorder and
Cool.
make stupid stuff all the time. And but before the Halloween night, well, actually, technically during Halloween night filming, my brother's got a band. Like I said before, he is the band's called the Broken V. They're on YouTube. They have really great following.
Awesome.
They do cinematic like music videos.
Okay.
So that's a lot of the experience we had. We kind of were just practicing with his music videos. They got really good with the camera,
Sure.
Tyler and Austin. And then I kind of went, "Hey guys, we should make my movie that I've been writing for a while." And he was
Yeah.
like, "That'd be cool." And then he's my brother. He didn't charge me anything. We just he just like, "Let's do it." And we filmed everything, and it just kept on getting better and better. And as we were filming, like you could even see it while at some of the shots, like from the first shots of the film
Yeah.
to the end of the movie, the cinematography gets better as the movie goes.
Sure.
So yeah, we were just we're just rookies. We were just doing our best and just trying to make something cool. And sometimes stuff worked, sometimes it didn't, and we just
Yeah,
didn't use
well,
that
it
stuff.
totally worked this time for sure, dude. Like,
Well,
and
there's
so like,
lots of footage that didn't work.
okay,
We scrapped a lot of stuff, but it's just we were practicing.
dude. Well, what do you think right now about, like, the current state of it? I mean, like, I just looked now and it's 150,000 views right now. I mean, are you surprised by that?
Yes,
Okay,
extremely surprised.
cool.
I've always my girlfriend and I actually was talking about this day because I like to draw and stuff like that, and I'm my own worst critic. I don't think things I do are that great, and then everyone else tells me that they are. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
okay. But so like it's surreal. It really is. Like I'm so grateful, and it's insane how like amount of views it got from day one. I was like, holy shit, okay.
yeah,
And I got people asking me to make a sequel, and I wasn't even thinking about that. And then I'm like, okay. And then I started thinking about it, and I already wrote the whole sequel. The sequel's ready.
really?
It's ready to go. Yeah,
Oh, that's so cool.
I just got to um get a Kickstarter or something set up. It's just I haven't had the chance to kind of work and stuff. But
Sure.
gonna be getting a Kickstarter like very soon sent out because I really want to do it. The sequel is gonna be called Halloween Night: The Masquerade of Madness, and it's gonna feature the Joker.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's sweet. So I saw some posts on you. Did you actually have this now? Like, was it being shown in a movie theater or, some kind of a smaller,
No, it's a whole theater. It used to be a Bowtie Cinemas, but another company bought the theater out, and it's like a huge theater. And we're actually going to be having another showing in March at some point. I haven't. His name's Joe Masher. He owns like 20 something theaters or something
okay.
from northeast to the south. And well, I have to email him because when our last theater showing did so well, we had like 90 people show up.
Wow.
Um, yeah, we were gonna do another showing in Albany, New York. Probably.
Okay. Dude, that's killer. I got Gilly's in the chat and he's asking, dude, where can we get a poster from? Because and the
Uh,
poster artwork's beautiful too, man. Just
Thank you. So I
damn.
that's funny about that is that oh, you can't really see it,
Yeah.
Michael, but Michael and Batman are both me when we did the photo shoot.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, yeah, because I didn't have the other guy who plays Michael. Brian Van Sice, but I didn't have him with me, and I didn't have time, and I was trying to get posters made, so I just kind of just did both. I said, "Fuck, I'll wear
Sure.
both." Um, but if you guys want a poster, if you go on Instagram, you can message me on Halloween Oh, hold on a second. I gotta make sure I have the right name. Oh,
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, it's No Joke Entertainment on Instagram. If there's
Okay.
a picture of Michael Myers masks all purple, just message me on there and I'll get you set up with one.
Dude, killer. I got to get me one of them too. That's fucking just awesome. I mean,
Thank you.
I'm a sucker for like when you really nail like a good poster. You know, like that's a piece of art right there. That's just not like a standard movie. You know, they just threw together some shots and
Mhm.
whatever. I mean, it's like, dude, that would sit right up there with any of the other Halloween posters, and rightfully so.
Yeah, it's inspired by the Mask of the Phantasm poster.
Okay, all
Where
right.
Batman's like that, and the same poster just like that, and it's got the Phantasm above him, and I love the way that looks. That's also my favorite Batman movie of all time.
Okay,
Batman Mask of the Phantasm, I think, is a perfect Batman film.
excellent.
And it's actually, you were saying earlier that you love the name Halloween Night. The original name is actually still sort of in the poster.
Okay,
It wasn't supposed to be Halloween Night. Originally, it was Batman the night he came to Gotham. Is
okay.
what it was. And then I changed it to Halloween Night, and I still liked that. And in the original poster, it says the night he came home. So I was like, that's kind of cool. Put it in the same spot, same font.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I mean, just personally, I think it's better that you did it this way because I just,
Yeah, me too.
just too long of a name, for a title can, it's hard for
Hmm.
people to remember it. How did that go? They butcher, but that's perfect. But yeah, then you get to still use that original, just like, like the night he came home, though,
Yeah,
I just knocked it
it's the
out,
same
dude.
font. We had to I think pay like $17 for that font on online. But I was
Yeah.
like, it's worth it. We want the same font, you know?
Dude, for sure. Dude, Steve Reed's in the chat. What's up, dude? I see somebody new. Storm Fanatic says, "Wow, what a great concept, metal horns, dude." So I mean, everybody, just I'll be putting the links to this in the episode and all that, but just check it out. I mean, obviously, I found it on YouTube. Is there anywhere else that you prefer them to go to, or?
No, YouTube is the only place that it's at. What the movie, a lot of people have been complaining on the YouTube version that it's a little dark, which I agree.
Hmm.
We have another version that we are showing in the theaters that's a little bit brighter, so you can see everything a lot better.
Okay.
And eventually, probably the 1 year anniversary to the film, we're gonna re-release a remastered version that
Oh,
has
cool.
better audio, better sound, better visuals, yada yada. Because there's a couple things in there that we noticed after release. We're like, oh, that could be better, that could be better. And we fixed all
Sure.
those. They're fixed, they're done. They just need to be re-uploaded. But I'm not gonna re-upload right now. I'm gonna wait a year.
Oh yeah, nah. You got good traction right now. Why
Right,
why
right,
do
right.
that?
And it also will give us time to edit more things and make things a little bit better, even like for this entire year. And then this time next year we'll have a actual remastered version with better stuff and everything. So you know that's what we're aiming for. And then also I want to get that Kickstarter going so we can get the sequel made.
Got it. So, all right, Storm Fanatic. This is Eric under Vanna's email. All right, so we've got Mr. Eric Crimmins is in the house. He is one of the most well-respected horror auctioneers amongst the community online. One of my fucking real good close brothers, dude. He's a great guy, and he is a massive Michael Myers fan. He's got
Me
tattoo.
too.
I mean, I could. I won't tell his whole life story, but I got his ears because we were talking right before. I was like, "Oh, dude, check out the show tonight. You're gonna absolutely love the whole concept of what's going on." So I know he's gonna be checking that out too. But um, what was this like then for you, just as a fan, to also to play Batman? I mean,
Oh my God. I think I did a pretty good job. I don't know.
I think he did.
My biggest thing was that I couldn't find. Originally I just wanted to write the movie and direct it. That's all I wanted to do.
Uh huh.
And I did some auditionings for different people that I knew that loved acting and stuff like that. And I didn't know a lot of people in the acting community. I did try a couple people who aren't actors, because they had the right look, But
Hmm.
all the people that auditioned, I don't know. I just couldn't find someone that I was looking for. I was looking for that Kevin Conroy type broody thing. I couldn't find anyone to do it, and I was like, I'll just do it. Fuck it. I know exactly what I want. I'm gonna do
Yeah.
it. And I think do I think I'm like the best Batman ever? Absolutely not. That's Kevin Conroy's the best Batman ever. Live action, I'd probably give it to Ben Affleck. But I don't know. I think it's all in the voice. It's how you carry yourself.
Yeah.
so I just brought my voice way down. That's
Yes.
all I do, you know? But yeah,
How
it's fun. I love it.
how many different voices did you go through before you
Oh
decided
my
that's the
god.
one?
Um, I didn't do a lot, but, I remember when he first started doing it, my brother pointed out, he said, he goes, "Nick, stop trying to be Kevin Conroy." He goes, "You sound ridiculous." He goes, "Just talk like you."
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, fine." And then he said, literally, he goes, "Just do your voice and go as low as you can, and just keep going lower and keep going lower and get to a point where that's your voice, and now
Yeah.
you're." He goes, he's like, he goes, "Don't, because I was doing this. I was being Batman, and it was
Yep.
just silly, you know." And he was like, "That's too much. You gotta like just be you." And I was like, "All right, all right, all right." So we got to it. Was a lot of workshopping while we were filming, but
Yeah.
in the ADR, we fixed it in ADR. Even the stuff that we did, some of the stuff we did film and use where I had that silly voice, but I ADR'd over the entire movie. So, um,
Well,
yeah,
I think it's good advice because that's it. It's like you don't want to come off as trying to copy, the
right.
voice. It's like, so you're still you're giving it it's your own version of it. It's just like I said, I just can't stop saying that. I think you just did everything so well and just you did it all justice. Like, and
Thank
I
you.
think it's hard to do, man.
It
You
is
know,
hard.
because it's so easy to just imitate, what's out there,
Mhm. I
and then
definitely did not want to do Christian Bale. Like, I love Christian Bale's Batman,
yeah.
but I didn't think doing the wake up
Yeah.
was a good idea at all. And we toyed with the idea of doing like the Ben Affleck voice modulator, but I really wanted my Batman to have its own identity.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to sound like any other Batman, you know? So I just kind of just did my own, I guess.
Do you happen to see Pete Holmes when he does the Batmans? I mean, it's fucking
I love
amazing.
there. We actually there was one shooting day where I was filming with some I can't remember, and I made everyone laugh their ass off because I looked over and I went, "Harvey Dent, can we trust him?" I love Pete Holmes. I think those videos are brilliant. They're
Dude,
fantastic.
it's great. And the
How
funny
do
thing
I
too is
know?
like it took me a minute to realize it was him, like I think I just seen
Yeah,
some
me too.
clips, and it was just like shared where it wasn't blatantly his name, and all of a sudden I'm like, no shit, because he's a big goofy guy,
He
and I'm
is.
like, God, he
He's
plays it
huge. He's
well.
like 6'6".
He's
He's huge. I didn't know that about him, but I was watching one of his stand-ups and he mentions, "Oh yeah, I'm 6'6". And I was like, 6'6"? What the
damn.
okay. Holy shit. I work with a guy who at work, oh my God. I want to actually talk to you about something real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Halloween night, I originally wanted to be Batman versus Rob Zombie's Michael Myers.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to take place after Halloween 1, not, basically retcon Halloween 2 because I don't like
Yeah.
that movie. But I wanted it to be Halloween, a sequel to that. And that was the plan. And I could not find anyone who was 6'8". I wanted the height difference to be there. I wanted that thing.
Yeah.
Couldn't find anybody. Make this whole movie, and I work at I'm a supervisor at a wood yard at a paper plant, and we just hired this guy. This guy walks in, he's 6'8". I was like, what the? I was like, I said, where the hell were you 5 years ago?
Yeah.
And he was like, I was like, dude, I told him about my movie, and he's like, oh, that's cool. He goes, I would have done that. I was like, of course you
Oh,
would have, motherfucker. But no, I mean, having said that, I do like the original Halloween better. But
yeah.
I just thought it would be cooler at the time, way back when I was writing it, if it
Sure.
was Rob Zombie, because it makes sense to me. Like, oh yeah, he's bigger, so he would make sense why Batman's getting his ass kicked and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, then once we did that, I kind of just leaned into the supernatural thing, like, oh, he's just unnaturally strong,
Yeah.
which also works. But I think it would have been so sick to have basically have a custom Rob Zombie get up,
Oh,
for
right.
the Halloween night,
Dude.
But
I've always been so hooked on the Hobo Myers attire from that. I
mhm.
just always thought it was just the coolest thing. I was a freaking little, metal kid wearing hoodies and all this shit. So once I saw that, I was like, oh man, I relate to that, like instead of just
I think he
a
looks really
custodian.
cool on Halloween too. I really do.
Yeah.
He looks great. I just didn't love the direction they went with the whole white horse thing and all that. But yeah.
Yeah, and I know it
Um,
gets a lot of heat too, but it's fun, and I appreciate that it's out there, man. I think it's a good honor when Rob Zombie will do, somebody. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know people always complain about Sherry being in every single movie and all that type of stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
hey, man, I mean, I do the
You
same thing, right?
you can see the inspiration in Halloween Night from Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, though, because it starts off with two guys in a van driving Michael
Yeah,
Myers. Same thing as Halloween 2. It's just
right.
that's all. I was trying to think of a way to get him to Gotham that wasn't transferring him, but there's no other way that made
Sure.
sense. So I was like,
Right.
we're just gonna do that.
Yeah.
Transfer.
No, and then that part of the story too. Again, I don't want to spoiler alert stuff, but just the plot of it. It's just like it's just so like great. Like you say, I mean, just from Haddonfield,
Mhm.
the whatever you want to say, the asylum or whatever, they closed it down, so they're spreading out all the inmates or the
Mhm.
whoever to all these places. So they're transporting them to Arkham, dude, and like
Yeah.
like it's just
It's
like
just a luck of the draw. That's what I love about it. And
yeah,
a lot of people, not a lot of people, well, someone commented. They said, "I wonder, if someone was responsible for Michael's, van being disabled on the side of that." I'm like, in my head, I was like, "There's never no there. It's just chance.
yeah,
For me, it's just like he's being transferred to Arkham, and the fact that the tire pops, that's just fate. It just happens. It's
right,
I had, if I had a bigger, grander budget, he would have made it all the way to Gotham in that transport van, and he would have escaped in Arkham, is what I wanted to do. But it's, budget in mind, I was like, how the fuck am I going to pull off an Arkham Asylum?
yeah,
Now that I have more know-how on how to make
yeah,
films
yeah.
like that, the sequel's going to have Arkham in it. And I know exactly what we're going to do.
Sick.
So,
Oh,
it's not as hard as I thought it was when we filmed originally.
okay.
So, yeah, you gotta find an exterior and you have to build sets for interior. It's not that hard,
Sure.
um, but yeah, no, I definitely wanted to have Arkham in this movie, but we just didn't. We
Yeah.
didn't have the budget for it.
Well, like I said, now the opportunity, I mean, I think with just the success of it, you're gonna just, I just, it's exciting. Like if I'm in your position, like you never know who now is gonna see that and then reach
Hmm.
out, and
Oh
also
yeah,
just,
I've already had a few people reach out to feature me in some other films, and I was, some of them are like indie stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I would love to, but I'm not local or whatever it is,
yeah,
and they're all lower budget projects, and they're they said they love me on Halloween Night, and they love my project, and they want to see me in their movie, and I'm like, I would love to do that, but money talks, so I can't really
right,
just drop everything and go to another state, but
yeah, no,
let me know if you can work something out like that, and they just never got back to me, but um. Yeah, I have other ideas. Like I don't want to for the future. I don't want to just make fan films. I want to make a sequel to this, but I have other ideas. I have original concepts of horror movies and stuff that I would love to make.
cool,
Um, so eventually, No Joke Entertainment is going to branch off of the whole, fan film thing after Halloween Night 2 and make other, unless someone says, "Oh, I gotta see Batman versus Freddy Krueger. I
yeah,
gotta see Batman versus." If people are interested in it and they want to keep paying Kickstarter, I'll keep making them. You know what
oh,
I mean?
absolutely.
Like, I would love to keep doing it, but I do have other ideas that I'd rather do, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely, definitely. And this just helps just to grow your fan base anyway. Of people that love this, well, of course they're going to support you on something original and whatever. I
Hmm.
mean, especially with just what that unlocks for just availability and further production and stuff like that. I mean, that's great. Monetization, I'm sure you'd like to see some kickback, on other projects and
Yeah,
things like that.
absolutely. Like I said, the whole if it's funded by the fans, I'll make 100 of these things.
Sure.
But I would love to get the support on a full length feature film of my own characters, my own story, because
Yeah.
I can write. Like I've been writing fan fiction since I was a little kid. Never submitted it anywhere. I just love to write,
Sure.
and I've come up with many different concepts of different Batman versus concepts. I have a hundred different stories I could come up with tomorrow. It's just I have a whole script actually that it's terrible because I wrote it like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
but it's Batman versus Freddy Krueger,
Oh,
and
sweet.
I have never, I'm not gonna, yeah, if I was to do that, I would have to rewrite it, or I'd probably use some concept. There's a couple scenes in that script that I'm like, that's pretty sick that I would
Yeah.
keep, but 90% of it would have to be reworked. But I have lots of ideas. I have a whole concept in my head of Batman versus Jeepers Creepers. I would love to do. That'd be
Oh,
so
that'd be
cool.
sweet.
Like I have this picture, the scene pictured in my mind where the creeper is killing a bunch of people in Gotham City, and then Batman thinks it's Langstrom, and then he interrogates him, and he's like, "I haven't used the formula in years," and then he takes his blood and goes, "We'll see," you know, just a cool gun. And then he gets to the cave, and he's like, "He's clean. It's not him," you know.
Ah, that's sweet.
It'd be so cool, there's so many good ideas that you could do, and a lot of them are really good comic books. I wish DC would make them. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Oh man. Eric's in the chat. He's asking how long was the shooting for the film too.
Oh my God. We started filming in 2021 and we finished filming like 6 months before the movie came out. So a
Wow.
lot. We filmed a lot.
Sure. So with how much you've got old, scrapped, whatever, are you ever gonna plan on doing anything with that? Like, do you think you might?
Probably not. We are thinking about going. It's going to take a lot because there's a lot of footage, but we want to go through everything and
Mhm.
try to accumulate some bloopers. So there's a bunch of bloopers in there.
Cool.
That we might post eventually. It's just we haven't got the chance. My brother lives in Texas, so he has got all the footage in Texas. I live in upstate New York, so we both got our own lives. It's hard to
Yeah.
get together to let's go find bloopers today. But I would like to do that eventually and throw the bloopers in a little video and also throw them in a DVD. I would love to make DVDs of this.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, you almost kind of wonder, you're like, how much are you under a microscope, and how long do you have to wait until also you kind of start sliding some of that stuff
Right.
around. And so Gilly says that Zombies Halloween one was good. Shows Myers from the kid to old. I like it. But you got to go into knowing that it's a Rob Zombie film, so fast, aggressive, boom,
I
but
think the first Rob Zombie Halloween is a brilliant movie. I
absolutely.
think
And then he
it's
says, yeah, Halloween 2 has no business even existing.
that's a fair opinion. I don't fully agree with it, but it's fair.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Like I like some of the parts. Some of that movie's good. I just don't like the white horse stuff. That's it. That's the
Right.
only part about it I don't like is
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
love the PTSD Laurie Strode thing. I think it's great.
it is. Yeah. But when I look back at it now, it's been a while since I've watched those ones, but it's just like, the one just overshadows two by all, whatever.
Absolutely
But
by far.
But the fun thing for me with that, because just all these horror communities that we hear, with me telling you, like, I'm just really big into TCM, is that there's a lot of strong opinions on certain movies throughout the franchise, but
Mhm.
it makes me smile because there's this massive divide between the Halloween community of the Rob Zombie should never be there. People, I just like the people that just stir the pot and go, Rob Zombies is even better than John Carpenter's, like original one. You go, dude,
Yeah,
so
no,
funny.
I don't agree with that because I'm a sucker for the original. I
Yeah,
love Halloween 1978.
absolutely, man.
It's that movie is so inspiring to me because my project is the same thing as that. That movie
Yeah.
was such a low budget film, and I think that is cool. To be able to take something low budget and
Mhm.
make something great. It's awesome.
Absolutely, dude. Yeah, I mean, it is one of the most quintessential classic horror movies out there for sure.
For sure, for sure.
I mean, I don't think there's been a series, like a single Halloween each year, where we don't watch that. I mean, it's like
Oh,
you
I
got
watch it
yeah.
every year on Halloween, and probably a few times in between the rest of the year. I love that movie.
Yeah, no, I love the old school ones, but I do love like these mashups like that too. I mean, I love Freddy versus Jason. I thought that was a
Oh my
great
God,
movie. I
Freddy vs.
mean,
Jason is so good.
the most killer soundtrack out there next to the
Yeah.
TCM remake. I mean, dude, it's just like it's awesome. I just love when you can just kind of get somebody's idea to branch out and do something like that. I mean,
Yeah, someone asked me, they said, "Oh, well, you should do Jason versus Batman next." I'm like, I feel like that would just be a rehash of this movie. It's the same
yeah,
exact thing. It's like a big,
right,
masked, silent masked fighter, fighting Batman.
exactly.
I
It's
don't,
like
I don't, I don't think I'd ever do a Batman versus Jason simply because it's the same thing as this. It's going to be exactly the same thing. It's going to be how are you going to get Jason to Gotham, and it's going to be the same fight, but
right.
instead of a knife, he's got a machete.
Yep,
It's like,
hundred
so
percent.
I don't think I'd ever do a Jason one, but I would love to do Freddy. Freddy would
Yeah,
be,
yeah, and that Jeepers Creepers one too. That's a great idea, man. Yeah,
yeah. God,
it's
that's so,
and it's got to pique your interest too, because if you just
oh
feel like
yeah,
you're doing the same thing again, your heart's not as into it as this
no,
one
not at
was.
all. No, no. If I was doing Jeepers Creepers or Freddy or something else, like for sure, I would definitely be more interested. It'd be cool.
Yeah. So another one I wanted to ask you now too, getting on the scream queen sides of it, dude. That one chick's scream is so beautiful and like,
Oh, the blue hair girl.
yeah, dude. Like, so when you cast that type of stuff, I mean, like, is it just like, give it to me, let me hear that fucking scream, and that's like the make or break moment?
That's funny. I met RJ. That's her name, RJ Farnsworth. I met RJ at I worked at Fright Fest
Okay.
in the Great Escape, which is Six Flags, and that's up in upstate New York. I worked there, and I played this character called Malcolm Massacre. He was like the host of Fright Fest, and
All right.
I had a microphone, and I had a cool silicone skull mask thing, and I wore a suit and tie, and it was really sick. And I loved playing. And, it was really cool. I worked there for 2 years, and the first year I worked there, I worked with RJ, and and this is before I was that character. I was just some skull bone what's it called, like Wendigo mask with a coveralls, and I worked in one of
Sure.
the haunted houses with her, and she always dressed up as like a ghostly girl, and she would do that scream. She would scream like, and I was like, oh my God, that girl can fucking scream. And
Yeah.
she would scare the shit out of me sometimes in the costume, like
Sure.
next to her. She's like one door over in the haunted house, and I'd be like, Jesus fuck.
Right.
and and I remember like I kind of was just talking about my movie because we filmed a little bit of the beginning scenes of the film with the van, and I was showing some people that I was working with, oh, this is what I'm working on,
Yeah.
yada yada. And then she was like, oh, I love acting. I've done this acting, I've done this and this and this, just little music videos and stuff. And she goes, I would love to be in it. And I was like, I knew exactly what character I wanted because her whole getup, like her whole like regular outfit personality, is
Yeah.
exactly what her character is wearing. Like whenever she show up to work at Fright Fest, she'd be dressed like that, like gothic, fishnets and stuff like that. And I was
Yeah.
like, that girl would be perfect for that scene because she's gonna die.
Yeah.
And I asked her, I said, would you want to do that? And she was like, absolutely, I would fucking love to. So
Oh, that's so
she ended
cool.
up being one of the best actors in the whole film, I think. She's
Wow.
fantastic.
Oh man, that's exciting. So, are you having any plans right now with the sequel that you're doing? Do you have some repeat actors in mind, or
Oh yeah, yeah.
people?
Definitely, definitely going to have me as Batman, Adam as Alfred Pennyworth. We're gonna have Commissioner Gordon, R.W.
Yeah,
Martin, Phil Sawyer as Harvey Bullock. Those are all repeat casts that are coming back.
cool.
Uh, what else is coming back? I know there's more. Well, the guy who gets killed by the baton in the
Mm.
van,
Yep.
Michael shoves it down his throat.
Yep.
Uh, he's going to. That's my brother Austin. He's the one who does the camera work and stuff like that.
Oh,
And
cool.
he's
He's the one in
actually
the
going to.
band.
Yeah, yeah. He's going to play a Joker in the film because he's got that perfect
Sweet.
skinny. He's skinny and tall. He's perfect physique for it. So he's going
Excellent.
to play Joker. I'm actually. Well, he's going to play it physically because he looks the part.
Uh
But
huh.
I'm going to be voicing the Joker because I do a really good Mark Hamill voice.
Okay. Cool.
The Clown Prince of Crime.
Yes, dude.
We're just gonna do a little. He's just gonna act like Joker, and then I'm gonna overdub it, and it's gonna be
That's
ultimate
sweet.
Joker.
And how does he feel about that? Is he like,
Oh, he at first it was like he's like, I'd like to make my own Joker, and I was like, yeah, you could. I said, if you want to do that, and then after he thought about it, he goes, nah, I think he goes, we should use your voice. And I was like, yeah, I said, I agree because like I said, not only does it make sense, I said because like you physically you love the look for Joker. You got that jawline, the skinny, tall and lanky, and you have the smile. I said, put makeup on you and then have me voice your thing. He goes, it's gonna be the ultimate live action Joker. It's gonna be great. And also you hear Joker's voice in Halloween Night and the flashback with Robin.
oh yeah, yeah, dude.
That's my voice.
Ah,
And a countdown of victims that'll end at midnight unless our dear Dark Knight stops me first.
so sweet,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, no, I said we already hear his voice in that movie. I said, so you kind of have to have me do
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So it's decided. Steve says he thinks this whole thing's fucking awesome. This whole
Thank
idea
you.
of the part two. And then Gilly was talking here too on the H2. He says he shows his whole fucking face in the movie.
Who does? What did you say?
I'm sorry, in the Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, he says
Oh yeah, yeah,
his
yeah.
whole
No, I
fucking
don't.
face is showing.
Yeah, no, I don't like that either. That's another thing I don't like about that movie. Thank you for
Yeah,
reminding me.
it's got to be
And
too
I don't
much.
like that he talks either. He's like, die.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. God, man. For your movie then, for the mask for Myers, what did you use? Did you get an artist to make that up, or is that
Yep,
like
there's an artist. His name is Jimmy Falco
okay,
on Facebook, and he does fantastic masks. And he has a Halloween Kills flashback mask, and
okay,
it's normally clean. And I basically bought that from him, and I weathered it up to make it look like how
mm,
I wanted it.
yeah,
And we actually needed another mask, and then he and Jimmy Falco ended up making a bigger version, which is a 25-inch cowl version, or I
okay,
say cowl, not cowl, 25-inch mask version, which is my head. I'm a 25-inch head. I have a huge head. So the original mask was too small for my head, and we needed to do reshoots. But Brian ended up getting a shoulder injury. He had surgery, so he couldn't continue.
oh,
So
okay,
I needed to fill. There's a couple scenes where I play Michael as well.
oh,
So I
cool,
needed to get a mask that fit me. So I messaged Jimmy. I said, "Hey, could you make?" I sent some pictures of the mask I made with his mask. I said, "Could you make another one and basically replicate what I did?" And he's like, "Yeah." So the one that fits my head is actually made by Jimmy, and the one that the other actor wore, I created. So it's kind of a mashup of both. But yeah, Jimmy Falco, he did a fantastic job recreating the weathering for it.
excellent, man. I know that the Myers mask maker community is holy hell.
Yeah,
There's
he's a,
some.
he's he's a sculptor. He sculpted the mask that we used. Like the mask that's in Halloween Night is sculpted by Jimmy Falco. It's
Oh, that's cool, man.
yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
and like I say, Gilly's a big. He came from the Myers mask community too. He says the next film you got to use WMP. So whoever that is, go.
I think that sounds familiar. I'm in the Michael Myers mask community as well.
Sure.
I'm always checking out the masks. I love also usually in the same community they have all the guys doing the coveralls, and
Yeah.
we I had a guy come forward named James Norton, and he has a company. I cannot think of the name of it right now, but he
Sure.
does coveralls, and he basically gave me a huge discount for all the coveralls in the film. He made like 5 sets of coveralls for us.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, he says he's one of the top three Myers mask makers.
yeah, yeah,
WMP, NAG,
yeah. It
top
sounds
two.
familiar.
Yeah. And we've actually got so coming on the show next week, next Friday is Connor Patrick.
Yes,
Um
I'm actually friends with Connor on Facebook. He's a great guy.
hell yeah, I'm pumped to get him on there too. So I just you
Originally,
know
I was gonna have him do the coveralls, but then Jimmy Norton kind of goes, "Hey, I'll give you a huge discount if you put me in your put me in the credits and stuff like that." I was like,
nice.
absolutely. So I worked with him instead for that. But I all my coveralls beforehand were came from Connor. Connor's got if you want Michael Myers coveralls, guys, go to Connor. He's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, that dude's got some wild stuff, man, that he's been getting into. So this is it's always like one of my more favorite things about doing the show. It's just like, dude, I get to meet just fucking cool people like you and him and all that, and just it gives me an insight into the other angles to just this kind of you know genre that we all
Right,
like,
right.
and whatever brings us into, because I'm just so interested in it too. It's just like, I mean, I'm not I appreciate the art, but I'm not an artist. So it's like, I just
Mhm.
love it when I get like, mask makers and sculptors on here too. And I just get to pick their brains on like, like, how the hell do you do all this? I mean, just in general, like just making a mask is like, I mean, it's so much more than you'd ever think it is. I mean, just,
Yeah, yeah.
that's awesome, dude.
I love the horror community. The horror fan community is always been my favorite community to chat with people about art and stuff, and they're cool people.
Absolutely. It's like, I it very much parallels like metalheads and stuff too, where it's just like, it's such, scary music. It's like, dude, they're like the nicest people you'd ever meet. It's just like
Oh yeah,
horror
for
movie
sure.
people, like, I mean, I think it goes around a lot of things, it's like, if you do such an extreme thing, there's usually a good balance in there. It's like, UFC fighters and stuff, all of a sudden they're just like gentle giants and stuff, most of them, right? You go,
Yeah, that's me. I'm a gentle giant. I'm 6'4". I,
Jesus.
it's so funny. My first video on YouTube was Michael Myers goes to Saratoga Comic Con, and I was dressed up as Rob Zombie's Michael Myers,
Mm,
and it's my most viewed video on YouTube. It's got over 1 million views on it.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, I remember someone commented on Halloween night. They're like, "Oh my God, this is the same channel from 2016 that uploaded that awesome Michael Myers goes to Comic-Con video." And I was like, "Yeah, dude. Like I've been subscribed to this guy for like 10 years."
Hell yeah.
Like I'm like, "Sweet." I'm glad some people are coming back from that
Yeah,
video.
right. And then what a treat for them. Hey, this is why you've been sticking it out for 10 years. Now check this fucking full fucking length movie. Good Lord. If you, I mean, this might be a stretch, but have you ever thought about, doing something at a local, like a horror convention, in
Oh,
regards to this
we are. I've
movie?
already am actually. There's a place in God, I can't. I gotta start remembering these things. But there's it's called Sci-Fi Horror Fest,
Mm,
and it's in Vernon, New York,
okay.
and they are featuring the film at Sci-Fi Horror Fest, and that's in
Oh,
August. I
cool.
think it's August 15th or August 16th. I don't remember what date it is. It's been, I booked this like when the movie came out, so I haven't looked at it in a while.
Sure.
But well, let me see here. Sci-Fi Horror Fest. I think it's August 15th and 16th.
Dude, that's killer. I bet Gilly's gonna go crazy in the chat. He's a New Yorker too, man. I think you guys are
Oh,
probably kind of the same
or-
neck of the woods
yeah, no,
there,
we're
but
gonna have a lot of the cast are gonna be at Sci-Fi Horror Fest. It's on Facebook. If this
oh
is what it looks
shit.
like right here.
Yeah,
Sci-Fi
all right.
Horror
Yeah,
Fest.
he just met Bill and Carolyn there for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing a little bit ago. That's cool, man. God, such
Oh,
a
okay.
small world.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
no, that's awesome.
yeah, it's like Carolyn Williams played Stretch in the TCM 2 movie, and then Bob Elmore, or no, sorry, he met Bill Mosley. So yeah, that's cool. And that was like a small, nicer. I like those more intimate kind of, conventions and stuff like that. I just, I mean, I'm from Minnesota, so it's like we get one, and that's it. We get the Crypticon. I'm happy for it, but it's kind of weird. It's goofball. It's not that big budget, I mean, but you go to like Frightmare or something, it's like, dude, it's too much, man. It's too many fucking people. It's just like,
Mhm.
there's no way you can soak it all in because you're waiting in line for 9 hours just to meet, Matthew Lillard or somebody or Robert Englund or
Right,
something.
right.
It's like you
You
shoot
know,
a whole day
I've always
just,
wanted to meet Lin. I love Matthew Lillard. I love him. He's great.
yeah, it'd be
And
awesome.
last year at this Sci-Fi Horror Fest, they had William Forsythe, the guy who plays Rob Zombie,
Yeah,
Michael Myers'
yeah,
dad, the one that gets his neck
yep.
cut. He was there. I actually met him. I have his autograph somewhere.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he signed to Nick, "Don't mess with Mike," and it's a picture of him.
Ah,
It's
that's
awesome.
killer. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, our so the Crypticon that we have up here, they do it in like a hotel, and it's like this like labyrinth of an area. So it's not just this one big convention room, right? It's not just this big square. It's like there's all these little rooms all throughout, and like and everybody's having drinks and walking around, all that. It's
Yeah,
such a more like
that's
intimate
how this one
feel.
is. This one's going to be at the Vernon Casino Hotel.
That's
So
cool.
it's the same vibe, smaller thing, but it's gonna have like last year he said they had like a couple thousand people show up, so it's a
Sure.
big, pretty big one. It's big, but it's small, if that makes sense.
That's excellent, dude. So one cool kind of thing now that they've been doing, they've been doing the Crypticon for like I think 20 years or something, but this last year they started doing these one-off type of event nights where we found this local brewer, not we, I have nothing to fucking do with it, but they there's this local brewery in the Minneapolis area that's just this perfect venue for it. And basically what they do is they will bring one or two celebrity guests, and they're the layout of the place is, you can get your food and drinks, but they've got this big screen and this kind of lounging area with couches and all this stuff. So like the event starts at like 4 o'clock. They show the first movie, and then that guest is there, and then they'll show
Mhm.
the second movie, and then in between they'll bring them on up for like a Q&A panel type of thing. But then there's this room in the backside where they sit and they set up their own booths like a normal convention where you can actually go talk to them, get your autographs, but it's completely separate from where like the movie is. So it's like it's such a perfect thing. But like Walter Phelan was there, who played Dr. Satan. So I got to just chat with that guy throughout the whole night. And Andrew Bernarski came out, and he's a fucking animal.
Mhm.
And dude, it's just super cool. But I love that idea that they're gonna be playing your movie and stuff like that. I don't
Yeah,
know,
we're gonna have
man.
a little panel afterwards too, and
That's
like
great.
I want to try to get t-shirts made for it. It's just it's so expensive to get like multiple
Sure.
sizes,
Yeah.
made. Like I would love to do it. I just got to find the right deal.
Absolutely. Yeah,
But
dude, that merch is that shit's rough because that's just like if it doesn't all sell, then you just got like, oh great, I got like what am I gonna do with like 3 small t-shirts,
I think 200 posters and I still have a shit ton.
Well,
Like,
consider a few of those, man. We'll buy them off you for sure, dude. Especially after this, get you
oh
to
no, no,
autograph them too.
no buying. We're not buying anything.
Or sorry, well, we
Yeah.
gladly take some, and maybe we'll pitch a donation your way or something.
All right, yeah, that's better.
Gilly says, yeah, it's a super small spot, but it's absolutely dope. He says the Vernon Downs, if that makes any sense to
Yeah,
you.
Vernon, thank you. Vernon Downs Casino. Yes, that's it.
Cool. Yeah, big shout out to that stuff. So,
Actually, it was funny. I went there. I booked the whole hotel thing,
uh-huh.
the convention, and then my brother was like, "Hey, I gotta go to this gig. Do you want to go?" Because he does music and stuff. And we get there, and I was like, "Vernon Casino Hotel." I said, "This is where the thing is going to be at." And he played at
Ah,
the casino, not the hotel. He played in a show at the casino right next door. And I was
yeah.
like, "This is the location for the fucking." And he was like, "Oh shit."
Ah, it's
So
cool.
he's come out from Texas for the whole thing. So he's gonna be here because he helped make the whole movie too. Like it's just as much of his movie as mine. So when I told him we're gonna be at this convention, he was like, "I'm gonna be there. Fuck yeah."
Sure. Yeah, dude. Um, there's another thing I want to ask too, just on the, I'm very curious on the whole, like kind of the walk around the copyright and all that type of stuff. So even like getting to play the music and things in there like that. I mean, it's just like, I mean, if you have just a 10-second snippet of an audio, on like any social media, they dock you, they'll mute it or whatever. Like how are you able to play those tunes like that?
Well, on YouTube, the way it works for YouTube is they just put a shit ton of ads on your video. That's why you can't watch the whole movie of Halloween Night without getting bombarded with ads, which is the unfortunate side effect of using copyrighted material like that.
Sure.
But it still makes the movie better, I think, if you use that kind of thing. So
Oh
I,
yeah.
but it doesn't affect the movie as long as in the description you write, I do not own the rights to any of the music played in this film, blah blah blah.
Okay.
And that's why at the beginning of the movie it says, attention, we do not own the rights, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
It's all nonprofit. So like as long as you display that very publicly that it's not profitable,
Sure.
they don't take it down. That's just how it works.
Interesting. And so
They
it wasn't
technically
you didn't have to do anything in advance then
No,
for it.
no.
It's okay.
Technically, the only thing I do in advance is just write that you don't own everything.
Okay.
Um, and also that's why at the end of the movie it's so detailed of who owns the songs.
Yeah. Okay.
I have it down to like the legal stuff, like that's their stuff.
Yeah.
Not um, in theory, technically, if any of those bands, if someone from like one of the if Rob Zombie, if Rob Zombie went, I don't want my song in that movie, mute that movie. He
Yeah.
could. He
Okay.
could do that.
Okay.
But they don't because they're getting free advertisement, they're getting ad revenue. Every single time that movie plays, Rob Zombie gets a slice. That guy
Yeah.
gets a slice. Warner Bros. Gets a slice. So it's all the money that is going into it isn't coming to me, it's going to all them.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's how you get around it. You just basically say, hey, I don't own shit.
Shit. Well, that's awesome. And again, it's for my own benefit too, as I'm kind of navigating through, putting things online and shit like that too. It's just like, how do you make it where it's okay? Because it's like I'm not out to make money or anything like that, but it's like, I just want to make sure, things are kind of by the book and, again, hate to,
Basically, this is how, if you want, look at it this way. If you want to make money, don't use any copyrighted material of any kind. If you
sure.
don't care, go for it. You're just not
Yeah.
going to get any money.
Yeah. I'm to the point right now. It's just like, I'd rather just get out there and get the fan base up and get people
Yeah, for
to,
sure.
want to tune into the show. I give a shit less about money, but maybe at some point it switches over and okay, cool. Like,
What's your channel on YouTube?
it's Space Corps podcast.
Space Corps Podcast.
Yep.
I think I've already swallowed it. Let me check. Space Corps.
Yeah, so so Gilly, he's the co-producer here, man. This guy's been helping me just leaps and
Yeah,
bounds
I
getting
already subscribed. I just wanted to make sure.
my man.
Got
Oh,
notification bell on.
Well, appreciate it, dude. Yeah, like I said, we just, we're just keeping it consistent. Every Friday, we got somebody on. Back in the day, I would just go on by myself and it'd be like unboxing shit and this and this. And it was kind of like, I mean, it was okay, but this is so much
Mhm.
more fun where it's just like,
Oh yeah,
just,
yeah. It's fun to connect with the like-minded people and stuff.
dude, absolutely. And for me, like, just such a hardcore TCM fan. I mean, I've had Andrew Bernarski on. He played Leatherface. I've had Brett Wagner on. He's played Leatherface. I've had some
That's
of the
awesome.
original '74 cast. I just had Alan Danziger on. He was the original Jerry from the movie. I've had John Dugan who played Grandpa. It's just. Dude, it's just wild to me. Like, all of a sudden, like, I just love the fucking movie, and then all of a sudden getting to kick it with those people, and
That's
like,
amazing.
I mean, it's like, fuck meeting somebody at a convention. Like,
If
this
I
is
was able, if I was able to get like John Carpenter on podcast, I think I'd shit
yeah,
my pants.
dude. I'm just shooting for the stars now with that stuff. I mean, whatever. It ain't just TCM either. Anybody, just
Mm,
I think one of the next ones we're getting ready to lock down too is Ari Lehman from the original Jason. That guy's a wild dude.
nice.
It is, and I love. I mean, I'm such a like a metalhead in music and all that, and he's got a band he's all into, and
Mm,
dude, I just dig it, man. Your
that's
your
awesome.
your brother's band, is that what kind of music is that?
That's like alternative rock.
Okay,
Yeah, he's got a good following. You should check them out. They're a lot of fun. The Broken View. They're on YouTube, Spotify, everywhere you can listen to music. Spotify,
killer.
the Apple Music. And they
Ugh,
got they all original music. My brother Austin's the lead singer, and he does all the songwriting. They're really cool. It's kind of
excellent.
like they got like a Linkin Park, Broken View. No, that's their band. They got Linkin Park vibe. They got the vibe from like almost Blue October ish. I don't know if you know what Blue October is,
Yeah,
but that's kind of their vibe. Alternative rock, sad rock music. It's
sad rock. Sometimes you need a little sad rock.
but no, there's a lot. It's not like slow sad rock. It's like Linkin Park like
Hmm.
angry sad rock, but not as loud as Linkin Park. It's hard to explain. It's they're really not exactly like any band in particular. They're a
Yeah,
mix of a bunch of them, but they're very original, very good.
killer. Well, everybody watching, go check them out. But after you fucking watch the Halloween night, man, that's
Yeah,
this is
make
the
sure you watch
biggest
this
thing.
first.
Dude, get those fucking numbers. Just keep them going, man. This guy's got some good momentum. I'm so excited to hear that there's a goddamn sequel in the works, at least,
It's
that's
in the works.
it's
I don't know if it's
starting.
happening, but it's in the works.
Well, I absolutely love to have you back on whenever that time comes around too, man. Promoting when that's coming out or giving us an update or something. I mean, it's just been
Absolutely.
awesome having you on, dude. I really appreciate it. So, any other plugs here before we wrap this up for, where we can follow you, what else you might have on the horizon?
Yeah, you can just follow me on all my social. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. Actually, no, yeah, I guess technically I'm on Facebook under Halloween night on Halloween under just Halloween night. But my main place to go is YouTube, TikTok, Instagram.
Okay.
That's where I'm most popular on TikTok. I make silly cosplay videos of me dressed as Batman being a goofball. But
Love it.
yeah, there's a couple of really dumb ones. Some a couple of them are really cool though too. I make some cool ones too, but most of the time I'm just being silly. I don't know. It's I got all the socials. I'm looking forward to the sequel. Hopefully that happens. I really want to make it because the sequel is going to be longer than this one.
Okay.
If we make it, it's going to be better. It's going to have it's going to improve on all of the things that some people had issues with the first one. Um, it's going to be cool. So I'm hoping that happens soon. I'm going to get the Kickstarter going as soon as I possibly can. Uh,
Cool.
and yeah,
Yeah.
stay tuned, I guess.
When that Kickstarter comes out too, just in case I don't see it on my radar, but we'll definitely help fucking spread the word for that too, man.
For sure.
Absolutely.
I'll share the whole Kickstarter link to you when I do it.
That would be beautiful, man. And then, of course, if anybody's interested, he's got some posters left, baby. Get in touch with this guy. He might even sign it for you. You get a
Yeah,
little.
maybe I'll sign it.
All right, Nick. Well, I appreciate you being on, brother. Thank you again so much, and great job on a killer movie, dude.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, have a good night, everyone. Peace.
In the vast expanse where the cosmos sighs, drifts an ancient tale as old as the skies. A figure from stories now mythified, Space Corps goes orbiting by. He once roamed planets, oh far and wide, but now he floats where the starships fly. No more breath in his chest, yet can't be denied the space cadet who died. Oh, oh, Space Corps, in the void you glide, a spectral waltz in the galaxy's tide, floating free like a cosmic guide. Space Corps goes orbiting by. Galaxies turn while he haunts with pride. No anchor to worlds, just space to bide. Gliding through stardust, no need to hide. This wanderer who never cried. In weightless silence where time collides, he drifts in dreams so amplified. Mysterious tales on mystic rides, Space Corps haunt so dignified. Oh, oh, Space Corps, in the void you glide, a spectral waltz in the galaxy's tide, floating free like a cosmic guide. Space Corps goes orbiting by. Galaxies turn while he haunts with pride. A spectral waltz in the galaxy's tide, floating free like a cosmic guide. Space Corps goes orbiting by.